following Rebel Special is brought to you in part by FM 93.1 KEYV The Key. Unique music heard here and nowhere else. Philadelphia Freedom, where FHA and conventional loans are processed in 14 days, guaranteed. Rebelbilia, your official UNLV team shop on Maryland Parkway across from UNLV. And by the Car Doctor, with you on the road 24 hours a day.
Everybody, welcome to a one-hour special Eyewitness News special presentation, A Year of the Rebel. I'm Jerry O'Lennon. We're going to take a look back on a championship season. Well, the bad boys of basketball showed the nation just how good they can be tonight as the UNLV Runnin' Rebels won the 1990 NCAA championship. The Rebels dominated Duke in every way, from the opening tip-off to the final buzzer. The final score, UNLV 103 and Duke 73. From the beginning, the Rebel defense took Duke out of its game, and the Blue Devils were never able to recover. Our Scott Higgins and Gary Waddell are at Nichols Arena in Denver for the game. They join us now.
We are. Thank you, Jerry. It's amazing. We're starting to see the first, this is really the first batch of Rebel fans we've seen, because they've sort of stayed inside the arena to savor the victory, sort of. Here, I can't hear myself thank you, but check this. We've got the T-shirts. There you go.
They're already out, the T-shirts. It only took about 5 minutes. You saw the players wearing them, and now you can get a UNLV National Championship T-shirt.
There you go.
You might not have thought it was possible at the beginning of the season, but here it is, and you got it.
You know, Scott, I thought when they missed the shot off the opening tip that was when it turned around.
I would have to agree. The turning point. Duke won the opening tip. They went down, they couldn't score, and after that it was all UNLV's game. It wasn't very exciting, but I don't think the Rebel fans cared. They are national champs.
2 hours.
UNLV is the national championship school. Las Vegas is the national championship city. Jerry Tarkanian, the national championship coach. Let's take a look now at the highlights. The inside game was physical early. Larry Johnson steals. He will go down court and give it to Greg Anthony for 3, and the Rebels had the early lead. Now watch LJ take the pass from Stacey Augmon. Scores, draws the foul. 6-2 Rebels. More physical play. Augmon drives and decks Bobby Hurley. Sit down, chump. Rebels up 13-8. Defense now. Anderson on off the steal, gets up. Next play, Augmon takes it in off the steal. 18-11 Rebels. Next play, Augmon goes down and decks the official right there. Now, UNLV was able to sub early. Barry Young drills the 3. 30-17 Rebels. Stacy Sianovich had a little bit better game tonight. Dive for the loose ball. Duke looking very lethargic at this point. Now, Augmon continued to amaze the alley-oop right there, and then more strings off the bench. Big Moses Scurry slams it home. 43-29 Rebels. The Rebel backcourt was too quick for Duke. Greg Anthony steals and stuffs. UNLV by 16. Final seconds of the half. Anthony beats the buzzer. Rebels by 12 at halftime, 47-35. Second half, LJ for 3, 50-35. Then Hunt drives. Look at this guy. Put up the 3 right there. Rebels up 64-47. Watch the slam right here now by Stacey Augmon. That's a drive, rather. Rebels up 70-47. There's the Augmon slam. And the Rebels just coasting at this point. Moses knows it's over, doesn't he? Here we go. There's a Duke highlight. Christian Leitner misses the dunk. That's about all you can say about Duke tonight. Then Hunt goes scoop to loop for 2. 88-59. How about Stacy Sianovich now for 3? The senior scores. Final seconds now. Duke will steal. But who cares, right? After the shot. Here we go. Duke getting the steal right now. Do we care that Duke got a steal? Because the Rebels are national champs, 103-73.
Quite a scene. McNichols Arena, Denver, Colorado.
They're still celebrating, aren't they? I've never seen a scene like this. It's amazing.
I've got a couple of Rebel fans here with me. President Bob Maxson, what do you think?
What can I say? It's just absolutely wonderful. What a magnificent game they played.
Can you believe they did it by 30 points?
It's, I understand, the largest margin in NCAA history, the most points scored in a tournament in the finals in NCAA history. This bunch of kids deserved it. Great coaching job, great play. Wonderful moment in the history of UNLV. Another milestone in the history of that young university.
You think the schools will be standing when we get back?
Hey, I don't know. T&M may be gone when we get back. I don't know, but it's just a great moment in the history of the school. It really is.
You're not going to change your mind and cancel classes or anything tomorrow?
No. Academics are first, basketball second. There will be school tomorrow.
What does this do for the school? What kind of a big win like this?
All right, I'll tell you what it does. This opens a very large window to a national public. These young men opened that window. That's incumbent upon us during this next year to let the nation see just how good a school UNLV is, because all year the spotlight will be on UNLV. These handful of youngsters in Coast Star Canyon opened that window for us, and now what we've got to do is show the nation what a good school we really are.
Steve Wynn, you gave the Rebels a pep talk a couple of weeks ago, and it seems to have hung on.
Well, look at what these guys had, they brought to the stadium with them. They didn't need a pep talk from anybody, but what's really wonderful is to see guys that know they're the best to get ignite with that kind of ferocity, and in effect just turn around the way they did it today and say, okay, America, any damn questions? We put all the boys' names and the coach's name up on all our electric signs tonight. We're going to leave them there. Somebody did a sweet moment.
I remember on one of your hotels one time it said, we're going to make Las Vegas famous. Maybe it's the Rebels now.
You bet it's the Rebels.
This is the
Pleasure.
Rebels'
It's
night.
been a sweet moment.
Night for the Rebels.
Elaine is bananas. Everybody's bananas. Rick Barry came over during the halftime and said this is the most ferocious group of guys. When they're on their game, they've got that rare moment when athletes know and they're certain, no bravado, where they're certain of their own superiority and dominance. And when a team or a human gets that way, you see this real ecstasy come over them. And that's what we saw today. It's a fantastic thing. I'll never forget it as long as I live.
And thank you guys for the wonderful coverage. You really gave it wonderful coverage.
We tried our best. Bob Maxson, there are about probably 15,000 people in the Thomas and Mack watching this right now. Any messages to the folks back home?
Let me tell you what, we're just so proud of everyone back home. The fans stuck with this ball club. We had some adversity in the early part, but let me tell you something, Gary. People don't always see it, but in every case, the university acted right and the youngsters acted right, and I submit the overcoming of that adversity was one of the strengths of the team at the end. We did what was right when we had problems. We did what was right.
Bob Maxson, Steve Wynn, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
All right, you guys, thank you very much. Well, not all of the excitement for tonight's game was in Denver. There was plenty of cheering right here in Las Vegas, most of it at the Thomas and Mack Center, where thousands of people packed in to watch the game. Our Brian Gresh was among the many loyal fans at the T&M. He joins us now with their reaction. Brian?
Loyal fans who are not hoarse. But before we talk to you about the Thomas and Mack fans, we have to go back to Denver for a moment to take up the live news conference. We'll be back.
Oh, we played about as well as we're capable of playing. I couldn't be any more proud of the team. I just thought they just played so great. I thought the first 10, 12 minutes of the game, our man-to-man defense was just so excellent. And then Larry picked up 2 fouls and Greg picked up 2 fouls. And we played a little bit of the amoeba the first half. It wasn't real good. Second half, we came out and started our man-to-man defense, and we scored just about every time down floor, and they were scoring. And Larry picked up his 3rd foul. Greg picked up his 3rd foul, and that's probably the best thing that happened to us, because when they picked up their 3rd foul, I went back to our amoeba, and our amoeba just destroyed them. I thought we had a streak there of about 10 minutes when we were in the amoeba that we got a lot of steals and turned them all into fast break buckets. It was a great game on our part, but I still want to give Duke a lot of credit. They played a game the way I like, the way we like. They're an outstanding team, and this game was no reflection on their team. We just played a great ball game, and the ball came our way. We'd get a deflection, and we'd pick it up and turn it into a layup. It was just one of those games that you dream about, and I'm just as pleased as I can be.
We'll start with just a question to Anderson Hunt, who was the most valuable player in this tournament. Anderson, was this the best basketball game you have played?
No, this was one of them.
This is the best big game he's ever played. Let's put it that way.
Okay, right over here, Eddie.
Coach, is this the best defensive performance you ever had a team put on?
Well, we played some real good defense. I tell you, we had a period there in the second half where our defense couldn't have been any better. They couldn't get a good shot, and you know they're a good basketball team. They pass it well. They got good people. They're well coached, and yet they couldn't get a shot for a long time. It's, you know, for periods of time it was probably as good as it can be. But you know, I think in the 6 games that we played in the tournament, I think this is the only team. I don't think they've averaged anywhere near 40% in the 6 games. We played pretty good defense throughout this tournament.
Yes, right here.
Coach, given what you've gone through personally, some turmoil and so forth, give me a feeling of what this means to you personally, to finally win the trophy, have the NCAA give you the championship trophy and put it in your hands. What does it mean personally in terms of your career and your standing?
Well, it's great. It was, you know, I really did not want to accept the trophy. I wanted our athletic director to do it, but they said I had to take it first, so I took it and gave it to him. But I wanted to make a point that was not the big thing with me. The big thing with me is we have great fans, just unbelievable fans, and this game meant so much. This tournament meant so much to the people in the state of Nevada, and particularly in Las Vegas, and it meant a lot to the team. But I think probably the greatest satisfaction is that our kids played so well for people that just absolutely, it means so much to them. You know, Nevadans get knocked a lot, and I think the fact that they're champions, this is a big event. I know our city will be going wild, right? I'm sure they're going crazy right now.
Yes, in the back.
Coach, I'd like to pursue that a little bit further. With all due respect, how you can be so calm up there is truly amazing. Is this for you, is this not sweet revenge?
It's not revenge, it's sweet. I don't look at revenge. You know, obviously you want to win. You want to win the tournament. I never felt that I could ever win the tournament. You know, I never think like that. You know, I wasn't a great college player. I didn't play at a great university. I didn't, you know, I never was coached at a big-time program. You know, it was just an unusual thing. A series of circumstances have happened, and fortunately, you know, we got out and won one year, but it's not something I planned. You know, usually guys who win this played at big-time programs under big-time coaches, but you know, you look where, you know, I've never been at a big-time program. UNLV, I think, is turned into one now, but I don't think it was many years ago. And one thing, I've never been an assistant coach. I started as a high school coach, and as a head high school coach, went to a head junior college job, and then where I'm at now.
Right up front.
Coach, I'd like to get you to respond to something Coach Krzyzewski said. He said, I think it's the best a team has ever played against me. I'm just in awe of what they did out there tonight. Could you respond to that? And also, is it the best a team of yours has played?
It's certainly one of the best. I mean, we've had some games where our teams have played extremely well. I would imagine this is the best, certainly with all the pressures of the championship on the line. To come out and play the way we played was absolutely incredible. And, you know, I've said all along, I said ever since I got here, in fact, I said when we went to Big West tournament, I absolutely love these kids. They're just an incredible group of kids. They just rise to the occasion and play so well. And you know, for them to come out and play a game like this today was just tremendous. I told Greg just in the back room right there, you turn the clock back to the Fresno State game when he broke his jaw and Butler twisted his knee and Bice had chicken pox. We all thought our season was going down the drain then. And look where we've come now. It's just like a fairy tale. You know, we were just so fortunate, so blessed to be here.
Yes, in the back, Sam.
Coach, you promised me after the Western Regionals that you would just tell me how good is this team compared to any UNLV team you've had?
This got to be the best team UNLV's ever had, without a doubt. There can be no question. No question, but it's always better to say it after tournament's over.
Okay, up front.
Yes, this is for Greg. I'm sure you've watched the tournament in the past 5-10 years or so, seen close games and that sort of thing, where the team that left was the national championship, but some doubt about whether or not they were the best team. Do you feel that you guys established tonight that without a doubt you were the best team?
Well, I mean, we think we're a great team, but to say we're the best team, I don't think you can because, I mean, I think we just played really well, and Duke had a real poor shooting night, and they didn't play as well as they're capable of playing. I mean, you know, it would be different if both teams played great and we won by 30. Then I could say that. But, you know, you got to take into consideration that they weren't on the top of their game. But I just feel fortunate, and we feel like we were one of, if not the best team, and I guess you'd have to say we are since we are the national champs.
Okay, in the back.
Phil Henderson talked about you spotting up real quick, quicker than he's ever seen you do that for threes. Did you consciously think about that before the game? What was your offensive game plan going into it?
Well, I was really concentrating on Bobby Hurley. I wasn't really concentrating on my offensive game, but, you know, fortunately I hit the open shots, and Greg would set me up well.
All right, over here.
I just wanted to ask the players, you guys won the NCAA championship with the most points ever scored, the biggest margin of victory, the most steals, and I wanted to ask each one of you what it felt, and also Larry Johnson about his 2 3-pointers, and is he the next Reggie Miller?
Okay, we'll start with Larry Johnson.
I know I'm not the next Reggie Miller. Them 3-pointers, just a credit to Coach Tim Gergwich, who's really helped me out during the year. I mean, staying after practice and just shooting threes, and you know, he really helped me out with that, and he just deserves all the credit for that. And as far as the records that we set, I mean, that's just a reflection on the team. I mean, I think Anderson played just about the best ball game he could play. He was on defensive end, he was on offensive end, and I mean, when we get out on the break, we just love it. Greg does a great job of just looking for Anderson, and once he finds Anderson, Anderson knows what to do with the ball.
All right, Greg Anthony.
Well, honestly, I mean, it's great to have all those records, but for me, it just, and I thought after we won the semifinals, I didn't really have like an overjoyed feeling, like in a press conference. I said, well, if we win it all, I know I'll be thrilled, and you know, honestly, I am, but it still kind of hasn't sunk in yet, and it just, I don't really feel anything, to be honest. I mean, I'm not really overjoyed. Maybe when we get back home and see all of our fans and the support, then it'll sink in. But right now, I just, you know, I'm like kind of just not in it right now.
And finally, Anderson Hunt.
Well, I feel that whether we won by 30 points or 1 point, you know, we still national champions, and it's great.
Okay, back over on the right.
Anderson, how does it feel to win the Most Outstanding Player Award, and how does this compare to last year when you hit the winning shot against Arizona?
Well, it feels great being the MVP, but, you know, I'm really not thinking about last year's shot. You know, I'm trying to concentrate on this national championship.
Okay, up front.
For Anderson, Greg, and Larry, all the talk about evil versus good, did that make this an easier game to prepare for? Did that have any impact on you?
Anderson?
No, it didn't. You know, we knew what we had to do coming into the game. You know, it was a national championship game, and, you know, whether how you sum it up, you know, it was on paper national championship game, not good guys versus the bad guys game.
Greg? Oh, you know, we didn't even think about that. I mean, the way we saw it was we had a great team. Duke has a great team. Both deserve to be here, and the winner would be national champs. You know, the good guy, bad guy thing is, you know, a figment of the media's imagination.
And Larry?
I feel, you know, the media and the press is going to call us whatever they want to call us. And, I mean, you can call us bad guys. You can call us...
National champs.
What was it? What did they call us the other day?
Thugs.
You can call us thugs. You can call us hoodlums. But at the end, put that on there, too. You know, we appreciate it just for us to put national champs on there.
Just a quick interruption. Anyone who needs a box score of facts needs to check in at the back of the room. Okay, in the back.
Question to the players. Aren't any of you amazed that you won this game by 30 points?
Greg, you want to take that?
I mean, I'm not trying to discredit Duke, but I don't know. It really hasn't sunken in. Maybe because, you know, we really haven't, like, read a lot of the media and been involved, with the exception of the press conferences. So unless you read all that stuff, then I guess it would sink in. But right now, you know, we've won the game. It feels great. It feels better than, say, if we had a loss. But the margin of victory is not really, you know, that thrilling. I mean, I'm just glad to win. But like I said earlier, I mean, honestly, I mean, it just hasn't sunk in yet.
Okay, over here, Wendell.
Yeah, this is for Larry and Greg. Duke cut the the lead to about 10 points there early in the second half, and then you guys went on that 18-0 run and just blew the game wide open. Did you all sense that was kind of a key point for you all as far as, they had sort of made a little bit of a run, or and what happened when you guys, how were you all able to get that run going and score 18 straight?
Okay, Larry?
All through the game, we really wasn't distracted by anything. And when they cut the game to 10 at that point, we just huddled up like we usually do on free throws and just told each other to tighten the vise and just keep going and just keep playing your hearts out.
Greg?
Yeah, I mean, the streak was a cause of our defense, and I guess, after you have an 18-0 streak, I guess it would kind of tell you that maybe you are in control. So, we kind of felt real good when we looked up and saw we were up 28. I mean, it's a pretty good feeling.
Okay, in the back.
Jerry, I understand that the city of Las Vegas is having a big parade for the Las Vegas Rebels team. Are you going to be their coach, or are you going to go to Oklahoma or Nebraska or someplace to do a clinic?
No, I'm supposed to go to Tulsa tomorrow morning to make a video, but I don't know. I just got to see what I could do on that. I kind of want to go home. Our Thomas and Mack Center was full the last 2 days. Our town is really behind the team, and so I'll just have to wait when I get back to the hotel, find out what I got to do.
Okay, right up here.
Coach, did you go to the towel?
I can't even remember. I know I started on the towel, but I think through most of the game, I can't remember. I don't know. I really don't know when I use the towel most of the time. I really don't. It's not a planned thing. It's just something that I do.
Okay, in the back.
Coach, people make a lot about the defensive prowess of Indiana, and they talk about some of these other teams having great defenses. UNLV is known as the running Rebs. Do you think finally now, and Coach K alluded to this, that you will get your just due as one of the very best defensive coaches in the history of college basketball, which you really deserve?
Well, thank you. I don't know. That's up to... I know the coaches all like our defense because I speak at a lot of clinics, and that's what they always have us speak on. That and our kids playing hard, but the media sometimes hasn't figured that out yet. But I think the last 8 years, we really believe, whether it's true or not, I'm not saying it's true, but we believe, and our coaches all believe, that we played the best defense in the country the last 8 years. We think us and Duke have the last 8 years.
Okay, Mark?
Larry, yesterday Coach Tarkanian said that you've had that trailing three-pointer on the fast break at the top of the key open all year, and you've probably taken about 30 of them in 39 games. What caused you to take those two in the second half tonight?
Well, Coach really gets mad at me if I hesitate for a second or two and take it, simply because I miss it. If I just go straight up and shoot it, I normally makes it. So I knew it was open in the first half. I was coming down a couple of times on it, and I knew it was open, but I just wasn't thinking about shooting. And I just kind of put in my mind that the second half, if I come down and it's open, I was just going to pull up and take it. And I did it a couple of times, and fortunately it worked for me.
All right, in the back.
Yeah, Coach Tarkanian, can you comment on Johnson's play?
Well, Larry's play is always great. He took those shots today because it was a big game. If it was an easy game, he wouldn't have taken those shots, even if he could make them. It was a big game, so he took them and he hit them. Larry is just such a great player. He's such an unselfish player, and I think a guy who really has been overlooked. I don't think he's overlooked, but I don't think he gets the credit as Greg Anthony. I think he's emerged as one of the great guards in the country. I think people don't realize the great job he does defensively. Also, gets his hands on so many passes. He frustrates his man so many times, and has just been a great leader for us.
Okay, up front.
Thanks for answering my question, Coach.
Okay,
that's what I was
Larry's
about
great.
Greg, but I do have one for Larry. Your interior post defense, they're up 16-11. They tried to throw the ball over you twice. I kind of thought that set you guys going because you got 4 straight steals. Will you talk about your role right there?
Well, I knew I was on the big guy, and he's a great, post player down low. And coach just telling me to just keep fronting him and trying to get in front of him and go for the lob, because if you front a guy, you know that they'll try to lob the ball over your head. And he got a
Maxson is now entering the Thomas and Mack. He is going to give the main speech for this ceremony tonight. And he's number one. Dr. Maxson is very proud of this university. He's very concerned about academics, but he is obviously very proud of his basketball team, too. And it's a great night for the university. It is really a great night for the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. And now we're going to turn it over to Dr. Bob Maxson, the president of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Welcome to UNLV, home of the 1990 NCAA basketball champion. These guys are the greatest basketball players in America today. You have always been the greatest fans in America. There will now be a spotlight. There will now be a national spotlight on this city and this university, so everyone in America will know what a wonderful place Las Vegas is to live. And what a great university UNLV is. Thanks to the play of these fine men, these great athletes, thanks to brilliant coaching, a national championship, the first in the history, has come to UNLV. And I want to say to the 16,000 students that attend UNLV, you're the greatest students in the world, and I'm proud to be your president. Very proud to be your president. And now let me introduce to you Gary Waddell, one of this university's great friends and great newscaster. Gary Waddell, please. Gary.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, sir. I'll do my best. I asked Bob last night when we interviewed him in Denver if he thought that Thomas and Mack would be standing when he got back. We got one more chance to tear it down tonight. Is that all right? Thank you. Are you ready to party? I bet they wouldn't have a party like this in Durham, North Carolina. We're here tonight to salute the team that dazzled the nation last night, that put UNLV and Las Vegas on the sports map. Ladies and gentlemen, your running rebels. From San Diego, California. From San Diego, California, number 53, Chris Jeter. From Las Vegas, Nevada, number 50, the Senator, Greg Anthony. From Brooklyn, New York, number 35, Moses Scurry. Ohio, number 34, James Jones. From Ellicott, Maryland, number 33, Barry Young. From Pasadena, California, number 32, the Iceman, Stacy Ogman. From Claremont, California, number 30, David Rice. From Waukegan, Illinois, number 15, Brian Emerzian. From Simi Valley, California, number 13, Travis Bice. From Detroit, Michigan, number 12, Final Four, most outstanding player, Anderson Hunt. From Oxnard, California, number 5, Stacy Sianovich. From Dallas, Texas, number 4, LJ Aaron Larry Johnson. From Washington, D.C., 00, David Butler.
collegiate basketball coach.
showed the country that they are definitely the #1 team in the country, and our fans are the best in the country also. I think what our kids accomplished last night will go down in history. It was one of the great basketball games of all time. In a period of 48 hours to dominate two Atlantic Coast Conference teams and win the national championship was a tremendous feat. I think the greatest thing that the kids did is they really had the ability to focus in what they had to do. Their concentration was great. Their effort was great. I think they made the whole state of Atlanta very proud. Thank you.
Television station for the CBS coverage of the road to the Final Four in Denver. And we put together